Hey, Allie.
Hey, man. How are you?
So I have news to share with you.
Are you
I
pregnant?
am pregnant. Yes, I am totally pregnant.
I was going to say your boobs look kind of big today, so that explains everything.
It's the sweater
Okay, not pregnant.
and the boobs. Oh my God. Do you know one time I was having a party at my house and I left my computer open and someone went onto my Facebook and posted that I was pregnant?
What?
Yeah.
Do you know who did it?
Nope. I don't. No one fessed up to it. I got
That's
it's
horrible.
awful. And so they posted onto my Facebook and then um
What? When
and
was
I
this?
this was a long time ago.
So it could have been possible.
It was like 15 years ago.
Oh my
Yes. Yeah,
gosh,
this wasn't recently.
that's terrible.
Yeah, I was so mad. No one fessed up to it. I think because I was so
So
mad
mad.
and
Yeah.
in front of all these people and yeah, so that happened.
Cautionary tale. Don't leave your
Don't leave
laptop
your face.
open.
Yeah, but this was a long time ago when
Yeah.
people weren't doing stuff like that. You know, like now people are like, I close out browsers and I do this and I
Right,
have
right.
like even on my phone, like I have like a face ID to even get into my email. Like I have so many things set up. But yeah, I thought that was awful.
That's awful. All right, so back to let's
So
just
I'm
state
not
for the record,
pregnant.
you're not pregnant. I interrupted you. I was trying to be funny, and now we've spent 2 minutes off
Right,
of that
sorry.
tangent. What were you going to say? You are
A professional mascot.
okay.
Yeah. So there have been 3 times in my life now that I've been a mascot. I don't even know if you're aware of any of these. Are you aware of this? So
No.
actually, it's the second time I was a professional mascot because the first time I was also paid. But so I worked for this startup right after school that was right after college that was geared towards college students. And we launched the product geared towards college students in the middle of May. Do you think that's a good time to do something towards college students?
No,
No,
because they're all
no.
leaving.
And they're like in the middle of finals. So we had to I was in charge of like the college reps and we were going to all these campuses to promote it. We had tents, we had flyers, we had all this stuff. We had a mascot costume. And my choice was to either hand out the flyers or be in the mascot costume. So I was like, I'm in the mascot costume. And this thing was huge. It was one of those costumes where you wear a fan belt and then it blows up the costume that you're inside and it has its girth and oomph because of wind that it's creating.
What was the costume?
It was of the logo. The logo was like a face with the name on it. And so it was huge. And the only thing that stuck out were like half of my calves and my feet and just my hands, right? So some like giant college guy, and I'm only like 22 at this
Right.
point, right? So I'm not that far off from these kids. They're like my age. So this giant college guy runs by and gives me a high five as hard as he can, like in an obnoxious way, and he just hears me go, "Ow!" And then he stops in his tracks and he runs over and tries to look inside. And he goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Did he think you were some big burly guy?
I guess he thought there was a guy in there, but also like, do I have man hands? I'm like, I don't know. They're all.
Do I have man hands?
I'm like, I must have man hands
And
I don't
and
know.
cankles, right?
Right.
Like what's going on
Man,
with
I
the
have man
exposed part of your
ankles and-
leg?
Exactly. So that was one. That was one mascot. The second time was when the kids were in. Maybe it was when Murray was in upper elementary school. The city of Decatur has like this big Mardi Gras parade they do every year, and the kids participate in it in the schools, and it's really fun. So his school needed someone to be in the mascot costume, and I was like, of course I'll do that. I can't remember what type of bird it was, but it looks like a crow, but it's not a crow. But it was like, it was like it could be an eagle. It was like generic bird costume that they labeled as whatever the bird mascot is, like a hawk or something. Actually,
Yeah.
it's a hawk. It's a hawk. So I'm in the costume, and the way you put it on is you have to put the head on first, and then you're wearing these like arm loops, and then they zip it up. So you're like really, and then they Velcro it. So you're like really stuck in this costume. But I had handlers, like I had the teachers, like the teachers were there,
Right.
and because you have limited visibility. Luckily, it was a beautiful day out, but it went from like cool and comfortable to really hot. And so we walk, I don't know if it was like a mile of this parade, and then the parade ends, everyone goes and does their thing, and I'm looking around and I don't know where my handlers are. I'm nowhere near the school. I don't see any adults. Like, people have literally disappeared. Like, there's no, like, we weren't in the middle of like Oakhurst Village, which is like it's like where all there's
Right.
stores and restaurants and all this stuff, and it's
People.
busy. I was like on the block in the middle of a neighborhood. All of a sudden, I'm by myself in this mascot costume. I can't get out of it, and I have to pee. So I'm like, but luckily, Monique Davidson and Naton, they were probably like 3 or 4 blocks away from that point. So I was just like, oh my God, I hope they're there. Right.
So you walked there?
So I walked.
You show up to their house dressed as the mascot.
I ring the doorbell.
Wait, and what is the mascot? It's a bird?
It's like a hawk. Yeah.
Oh, a hawk. Right.
It's a
Sorry.
hawk. And so, I mean, and it is a mascot costume. Like, it's big, it's fluffy, it's got the huge head, and I'm stuck inside. And so, thank God she was there, and she unzipped me, and I took it off, and I used the bathroom, and then I carried it back in my hands. She may have driven me back to the school at that point, but yeah,
That's a lot.
it's a
And you
lot.
got paid for that gig? You did not get paid for
Not that
gig.
one. No, that was volunteer. The first one, I was a salaried employee, and I just happened to choose the mascot costume that
Yeah.
day for my role. But the third one is
my
what's most
goodness.
recent, and I was paid for it.
Does this have anything to do with your banana costume?
No,
Okay.
no, but I'm at this attorney schmooze event for Aaron, my husband, who you know.
Thank you. For those of you who are listening and don't know,
And there's this other woman there whose husband is also an attorney, and she's so sweet. We start talking. It ends up like she had been a country music singer, and she was on, if you remember it, the Country Boy Eddie show in Birmingham.
of course, no way.
Yes, so she was on Country Boy Eddie. I think she sang with the Grand Ole Opry. There was also an amusement park called Great Adventures that I think Six Flags ended up taking
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And so she also was on like a stage show there too. And she was at one point pitching another show to like local TV, and they said, well, we're not really looking for this right now. And she said, what are you looking for? And they said, a kids show. So she said, I can do that. So she came up with this whole concept where she was like the show host, and she had a dog mascot named Buffy. And then Buffy is also, and she promoted like, it was like anti-smoking, say no to drugs, like all of that stuff from like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And so Buffy is her drug-free mascot dog friend, because all those other mascots, who knows what they're up to.
Drug free, say, just don't smoke and love country music.
Right.
That feels on brand. Yeah.
So I was telling her about like my experience, and she knew I was a stand-up comedian, and I told her about my experience in kids television and how everything I'd studied and all the places I'd worked at. And she mentioned something, wanting to bring back the show at some point, because she used to also go to schools and perform for them, especially like the underprivileged schools that don't have an opportunity to go on field trips. She kind of brings a field trip to them. So I said, well, I'll be your mascot. And she was like, what? I go, yeah, I would be happy to be your mascot. I have experience.
Would you like to see my resume?
You need some references? I got them.
Oh my gosh. So did you do it or you're
So,
going to do it?
no, I did it. I did it last week. And first I met her. She used to run a DUI school. And
Let me pause real quick. Does
yeah.
she know that you served as the Say No to Drugs Buffy the mascot dog, and also in the same week released a podcast entitled Reefer Madness?
Right?
Does that
Yeah.
isn't that a little bit
Well, that
ironic?
was not Buffy doing the podcast. And I don't smoke. I don't vape, and I don't smoke
Okay.
tobacco, and I don't do weed because I can't. We had this discussion. Someone drugged
I'm
me
with you. I'm
with a
with you,
CBD
but
drink. I don't
I'm
like
not
it.
sure Buffy would very very
I say no. I say no
she'd
to
be very
drugs.
appreciative of our podcast.
I
That's
might.
it. Okay, keep
I
going.
say yes to tequila, no to drugs.
Also, does Buffy have to say which drugs to say no to? Because there are a lot
Right.
that are legal if you're a certain age.
There's
Yeah,
so many. Buffy's.
we've
yeah,
already discussed this. All right, keep going. So where'd
she
you
has-
go?
So she has this building that they own that she used to run a DUI school in. So I went and met her there.
Oh my gosh, she runs a DUI
Yeah,
school too?
Yeah. So she wanted me to meet. She wanted me to meet Buffy. So she got Buffy out from. I don't know where she keeps Buffy. It'd be creepy if it was like her guest bedroom. It was sitting in a
Right.
rocking chair. But no, so I tried on the outfit and then we made plans for when I was going to meet her at this elementary school. But then I was like, I don't know any of the choreography or what I'm doing. So I was like, and
Choreography.
Buffy doesn't talk, right? She just dances. So I was like, can we do a run through? She must have thought I was insane. I was like, I'd like to understand the choreography better. Can we do a run through? What's the call time? Like I was like using all the language I use for being in plays and doing stand up and stuff. And I think she was so happy because she was like, what's happening? This woman wants to be a mascot. So anyway, we did do a really quick run through. But I got to the school and her friend was supposed to be there to help
Right,
me.
and how old are the kids that
Kids
you're
were
performing for?
like 7 and 8 years old.
Okay.
So we get to the school.
I thought you were going to say like 7th and 8th grade,
Yeah,
and they
right.
would have
They were
eaten you alive.
16 and 17. They were 16 and
Hello, kids.
Hi, I'm Buffy, the drug-free dog. I'm not on the drugs anymore. So we get to this school. She's supposed to have a friend there to help me backstage, and her friend, I don't know what happened to the friend, but they sent like one of the school counselors backstage. So I turn and look at this woman, and she looks at me, and it ends up she is my neighbor.
No.
She's like 4 houses down. Like I've known her for years, and then I'm like, oh my god! Like we both stared at each other because it was totally out of context. And I was like,
so funny.
So she helped me, and she was the best handler ever. She helped me. She was getting me water. But so this mascot costume also worked the same way, where you have to put the head on. There's loops around. You get zipped up in it. You can kind of like lift up the head a little bit to get some air. And my mistake, she said to me, Pam, who is the country music singer, she said, look, there is a fan that goes into the costume. It's not working. I can get it fixed. And I said, I'll be fine. I'll wear shorts or something,
No.
So what I didn't realize is that the job of the fan was to circulate the air, not in the body, but in the head. So they're vents for my eyes, but they're not vents, right? It's not really venting anything. So I go out on stage and immediately I'm like, God, am I really out of shape? Because I can't breathe. and my breath is like this. Like I'm like
You've turned it from Buffy to Darth Vader.
Yes. I'm like, Buffy's got emphysema. I was like
You're giving me anxiety just thinking about it. Oh my gosh. I get hot just looking at sunshine. So that, oh my God, that's making me very claustrophobic.
So, and then she did ask me before I committed. She's like, do you get claustrophobic? And I was like, no, I sleep with the comforter over my head. I'll be fine. And so anyways, I'm literally, and then in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm hyperventilating. Like I was hyperventilating because it's just regurgitating all my oxygen. I'm getting like CO2 poisoning.
Oh my
And then,
gosh.
and at some point, there's kids on stage. They're hugging me. We're dancing. I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna pass out and land on a 7-year-old, and they're gonna be traumatized. So I kept on like trying to like turn around and lift up the head a little so I could breathe, and then finally it was over, and and I did not pass out, and but
But you had to dance? I guess I'm
yeah, I
confused about the
danced.
dance.
Yeah, I
What
was
kind of
dancing.
dance?
Well, that dancing you would do to country stage music for
Like
children.
jig? You had to do a
Yeah, so I was,
jig.
like, doing, like, little jig I was making it up, I look good, and so but these kids, like, wanted to hug me, and then I felt bad, so I was like I said to Anna, who was my friend backstage, who was a
Yeah.
school counselor, I said, "I think the kids all like, some of the kids got hugs, but not everyone did." So she brought me down these stairs slowly, and then I hugged about 100 children, I'm not even
Oh my
exaggerating,
gosh.
because I wanted all of them to, like,
Yeah.
give a high five and hug, and I was like, "What's 10 more minutes of suffocating on my own air?"
I will die doing a mitzvah
I
as
was like
Buffy, the anti-drug dog.
I was like a goldfish out of its bowl, like, that's what it must feel like to be a goldfish, suffocating on air, but anyway, so I did all the hugging, and then I took off that mascot outfit, and I
Were
did
you,
not
like, sweaty? Like, was your whole head sweat?
yeah, I did not know that I could sweat that much. Like, it was an insane amount. I was drenched. Like, it's like a bucket of water was dumped on me. And I had a sweater that I wasn't wearing that I had taken off because I was wearing just like a tank top. And that was it. Just a tank top and underwear. No, just tank top and pants. But, and I used it like a towel. I was like, I'm probably dehydrated too. And I don't have enough oxygen in my blood. It's dangerous being a mascot.
Did you tell Pam she's got to get that fan fixed?
Yes. Yeah, she's like, "I'll get it fixed." I was like, "I can't." I go, it got dangerous in there." It was dangerous.
It got dangerous in there.
It was. It was a
You become a
dangerous
mascot/first responder
I
overnight.
I don't know how they do it. The mascots I mean, maybe they have fans and stuff, but and they're getting oxygen. I would need, like, a little oxygen thing up my nose, like, in at the hospital. I'm like, "I need a
Yeah.
little tank."
Wait, did you ever watch there was a reality show about becoming a mascot or being a mascot. Did you
Well,
ever
there's
see
the
that?
not Masked Singer, which is different.
No, not definitely not The Masked Singer. No, it was literally a show on mascots, and they would follow it was a reality show. They followed a high school mascot, a college mascot, a semi-pro, and a professional mascot. And some of
Okay.
them just through their journey and what they were doing, some were trying out for either like the big leagues or the next step
Yes.
or retrying out for their job. And it is okay, besides the fact all the things you just said about the the weight of
They're
and
gymnasts.
suffocation.
They
They're
do
gymnasts.
they're gymnasts.
They're doing
Flips.
acrobatics in these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
It's
and
amazing.
those heads that they're wearing, they have to be super secure to do that
Yeah. Yeah.
because I could barely dance with mine. It was knocking around, looked like a bobblehead.
Yeah. So my friend's son was the mascot for 4 years at I'm not going to say the school, but a major SEC university.
And did he have to
And
keep it a secret?
he had to keep it they all had to keep it a
Why?
secret.
Why do they have to keep it a secret?
That's just part of the code that you can't let anybody know. Nobody I mean, sure, people within his circle knew, but he also was treated as like a professional athlete. I mean, he
Yeah.
had a locker room, he had like a scholarship, he had all this stuff, and it was pretty incredible. And of course, when my friend and his whole family would go to the games, they'd be like, "Hey, why?" They're like, "Why do you have so?" He goes, "I bet you've been wondering why I have so many pictures of me with the mascot for the past 4 years." I'm like, "I haven't really, because you're kind of one of those guys who would do that." But now it makes a lot more sense. But that there is some serious security issues for some reason with mascots. Stephanie Worshel, her cousin was also a mascot at Duke when we were growing up. And
Yeah.
same thing. It was a secret until he graduated and then he could tell people. But I just don't think they
But
want I
why?
don't
How
know
do you keep
why.
that a secret?
I know.
I
I
mean,
know.
your roommate must know, or they think that like, how do you I just don't even how would the friends must know?
I guess, but there's also backup mascots in case you can't be at every game because think about it. You have to travel to every game and not just football. Every game, basketball, volleyball, soccer. I mean, like think about all the things where you might have school spirit, especially for these big schools.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But
So
they're
he had
always
some
like
backup.
he's like, Spider-Man,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
I
All
was
the
like, "Where's"
responsibility and none of the glory. It is. I mean, talk about that. That's a hard job to have where you are literally in the public eye for your job, or in this case, I mean, it's sort of a job if you're a student, but still a job, and none of the, you know, glory of it. You don't get any of the recognition because nobody can know it's you.
That's so cool that you can have a scholarship for being a mascot.
Had you known, you could have go back in time
No,
and
I
be
can't
this.
even, I mean, I can't even do, like, a cartwheel, so that's not happening. Like, there's nothing gymnastics about me. Oh god. But I did look it up. I asked our friend Chatty G.
Ask my best friend, what does she say?
Now's the time where we ask our friend Chatty G some questions because I want to know, why do they keep it a secret?
Yeah. Why do they keep it a secret? All right. What'd she say?
Okay. Well, she has pinpointed 5 reasons why they and specifically I asked about SEC, like all the
Okay.
SEC schools, and she said number 1, preserving the mascot's magic,
Mm.
right?
It's like
Okay.
Disney World that you can't
Right.
know who the cast members are, they
And
call them.
and
Yeah.
I'm guessing they don't want you to see the mascot unless there's a person inside of it.
Right.
Right? And when I interned at Sesame Street and we got to go visit the set, they have they really don't let a lot of people see. They call them sleeping Muppets, and they're not just laying down; like they're on poles
Okay.
almost, like pegs. Except for Snuffleupagus, which was so big that they hoisted him up into the ceiling, so
Wow.
he's hanging there. So maintaining brand consistency, so they want to keep the performer anonymous, so it focuses on the mascot versus who the performer is.
Understood.
Okay, number 3, protecting the student performer, because oftentimes they deal with there's a lot of physical demand and emotional interactions, and I don't know
Okay.
where she found this, where if she just is guessing, Chatty G, or if
Guess.
she like read
I
an
don't
article
know.
about it.
Yeah.
But the anonymity protects them from unwanted attention, harassment, or online criticism. Exclusive club and tradition. It's just part of there's
Yeah.
like a
That's
tapping
my guess.
ceremony. There's all this stuff. And only the athletic department really knows and the cheer team know who is inside the suit. And then competitive spirit. Um, I don't know what this. If no one knows who's inside, it's harder for opponents to get personal or use the information competitively, like during mascot competitions or events. I didn't even know there were mascot
There are
competitions.
mascot competitions.
Well, maybe like what you were saying with
Yeah,
the
but mine
reality
was in the
show.
context of actually doing like being a mascot for a specific sport at a specific school.
Yeah,
It wasn't just like a cheer competition. But
right.
that's
So
that's
people were
interesting.
competing. There's several people competing to be one mascot in the reality show you're talking about.
No, the reality show is more like just following people who either wanted to be a mascot, were
Oh,
already mascots and showed what their routines are, or
right,
had like been trying to get to the next level. Like maybe had been in high school or trying to get into semi-pro hockey or
right.
professional basketball. There was one professional basketball mascot. And I mean, it is so taxing, like we discussed, physically and just everything. It's a lot because you have to do a lot and you have to always be in good spirits because you're trying to pump up
Right.
thousands of people.
It's like the cheerleaders. I did watch the Dallas cheerleaders reality
Oh,
show.
I love it. I love all of them. All of
I
it.
did,
Every
yeah.
Dallas Cowboy cheerleader reality show I've watched.
So 2 of Ruby's friends were Dallas cheerleaders for Halloween, and
Dallas
they
Cowboys
Dallas,
cheerleader.
sorry, thank you. They were
The
Dallas
full name,
Cowboy.
please. The full name.
That's off brand. They were Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and they came to show me their outfits. They were all getting dressed in my house, and they're like, "Is this too revealing?" And I'm like, "Well, you're dressed as a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader."
Okay, you're still not pronouncing it right. There's an
I'm
S. Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys
Dallas Cow
cheerleader.
There's more than one cowboy. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Dallas
If you're gonna mention it, we're gonna get, pinged by the actual franchise.
They're
You
gonna
have
be
to
so
say the whole
mad.
thing right. Yes, it's the Dallas
Dallas
Cowboys
Cowboys
cheerleader.
cheerleaders.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, they're like, our costumes too revealing, and I'm like, girls,
It's a lot.
it's just that's what the costume is. It is, yes, it's revealing. Is it too revealing? No, because it's not more revealing than the actual costume. It's just as revealing. But they look good. Damn, if I could fit into that costume and look like that, I'd be like wearing it to the grocery store.
Oh, I know. They're amazing. And that is some physicality. Those women, and they get paid nothing.
And they
That's
have to learn a
yeah,
ton of choreography.
a ton. Well, speaking of reality shows, I love I go down way down rabbit holes with all these reality shows. I don't even want to tell you everything I'm watching, but the new season of The Voice is on, but I only like the blind auditions. I only like it. If you watch the show where they're
I
turned
have.
around.
I don't watch it a lot. Who's on the panel now? Because
Okay, so
it's
that's the
changed
thing.
throughout the years.
The
Yeah.
panel changed, and I was like, "Do I really want to watch it?" But mommy's like, "Oh, it's so good," and she was saying how she loves the judges. I'm like, "I'll give them a try." So now it's Michael Bublé, um, Niall, what's his last name? Heron, maybe? Oh, no, I'm gonna mess up. Hold
I
on,
don't
I gotta
even
look
know
it up.
who that is.
You do. He was in One Direction. He
Oh.
was and
I
he,
was
if
in
you
a
heard a
boy
song,
band.
Niall Horan. Sorry, Niall.
I
Yeah,
really don't even know that
he was in a
name.
boy band called One Direction. Now he's on his own. Reba McEntire,
I
who
know
is
Reba.
legendary,
Yes.
and the last one. You know the last one? Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh. I
let me tell
love
you
him.
something.
He's like a grandpa now.
I'm obsessed. I
Snoop
am
Dogg.
literally obsessed with him. I love him so much. Every time I watch the show, I end up crying. I've never cried watching The Voice.
Oh, is he
He
so
is
sweet? Is he
he
so
is
sweet?
beyond sweet. He is so kind. He is so funny. He's so original.
Endearing, yeah.
He's so authentic. He's so everything. I have become it's not normal. Like I watch it. Here's the funniest part. So, like on one of the first episodes, if you've watched it, they however many chairs turn around, and sometimes multiple judges are vying for the same artist. And then they're like, okay, Penelope, who do you choose as your coach? And the audience starts screaming, like
Who they
rooting for a
think?
certain coach,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when this first happened, Snoop Dogg was looking around like, what is going on? And he goes, stop, stop. What is going on? Y'all sound like the audience of The Price is Right. And then every time since then, when people start screaming coaches, Snoop Dogg starts yelling, 199, 344, like yelling out prices as if they do.
Right.
And I crack up because if you didn't hear him say that the very first episode,
You
you're
have
like,
no idea what's
why,
happening.
why is
Yeah.
he yelling numbers? But he's like trying to like add to the absurdity of it. He is really, he's awesome. I love him. I'm like Googling when he's going to be in concert. I want to interview him for my show. I want to be his best friend. I'm obsessed. I don't know what it is. It's all because of The Voice. So if you haven't started watching The Voice, the blind auditions are amazing. And Snoop Dogg is the GOAT. There's nothing I don't love about him.
Well, to play Jewish geography, not that he's Jewish, but we have connections. We could have a connection to him. But Melissa worked for Martha Stewart,
Yep.
and Martha Stewart's like best friends with
They're
Snoop
best
Dogg.
friends,
They're
which I've
best
always
friends.
thought is so weird. I'm like,
No, because they
what
both
is
love
that?
weed. They
Well,
both smoke a lot, and
I also think it's because they're both unapologetically themselves, right? They are what they are. You get what you get. Don't get upset, right? Here, this is who I am.
yeah.
And I think, I don't really know Martha. I think she's probably a little bit more stern and harsh than he seems. But he is every contestant who either makes it or has a sob story or maybe doesn't get a chair turn, he is giving them such positive reinforcement and such empathy and standing up and hugging them and their family. And he's just, you've got to watch it. You've got to watch it just so you can fall in love with Snoop Dogg the way I have.
I do now. I do. I don't need you to make me fall in love with him. I already love him. He's pretty
Okay.
endearing. He's really great at branding
He's
himself.
so good at branding. Yeah.
Not like Shaquille O'Neal, who is the brand spokesperson for pretty much every
For
single
everything.
product. And
Yeah.
but Snoop is great, and he's a grandpa. He's a
I
grandpa
know.
now. I wonder what his grandpa name is. I bet it's still just Snoop.
Yeah.
Papa Dog.
Papa Dog instead of Uncle Snoop. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening to the latest Sis and Tell podcast. Don't forget to share us with your friends, share us with your family, share us with your foes.
As always, this has been Amanda and Allison with a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing. We'll catch you next time.